Welcome everybody to another episode of Nobody Fucking Asked. I'm Zaga,
What's going on? It's Collin.
and this week, guys, we got a special guest. She's all the way overseas. She's living in the future currently. She's a time traveler. You know her on TikTok as Miss PunnyPennie. She teaches everybody about the Scott stuff. But we're calling her Len today because that's what her name is. So, Len, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
We're living. We're here in America. Everything's terrible. Everything's gonna be fine though. It's
Everything's
sure.
awful.
Everything sucks. But thank you for coming on our show and participating. And you're gonna be teaching us a lot today.
I hope so.
Yeah, because we're two very dumb individuals, and we need to be educated. Because we talked a little bit before you got on the show here today, and I was like, yeah, if you watch our show, you probably lose brain cells. It's a true
I think we
statement.
lose brain cells making it.
Oh, absolutely. The amount of the copious amounts of marijuana smoked. When we come up with these questions, it's starting to become unhealthy. It's pretty much against my diet at this point. I think I should go see a physician. But
That's not good. Good thing you're going to the gym.
yes, I'm going to the gym. You hear that, people? I'm getting my fit life back on. I'm gonna be sexy again. It's gonna be great. No more dad bod. But Len, thank you seriously coming on the show. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to a fan of ours. Right, Colin? We should probably do that, right?
Yeah. No, it's well deserved.
Yes, well deserved. She has commented on every single video on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram. She's pretty much just went on every one of our platforms and supported us. We're actually gonna take care of her, and we're sending her a hoodie on us because why not? She's helping us do things that we probably shouldn't be doing anyway. But here we are. But Jen, thank you for listening. I know you're gonna be listening to this episode. This is coming out, I think, on Thursday. What's Thursday's date? It's gonna be on the 20th. So she'll hear this on the 20th. She's gonna be happy to get a shout out. So thank you, Jen, for all your support. But let's get on with this episode. This episode I named it Great Scots. It's a good play on words, right? It's punny. I figured your name is Punny, and I was like, I gotta make our title punny, and it's fitting. What do you think, Colin? You think I should?
It worked out perfect. You're very clever.
Yes, I'm so clever. Only when I'm not sober. That's the only thing. When I'm sober, I'm pretty much useless.
No, you're boring.
Yeah. We just watch TV. So for people who don't know who Miss Punny is, Len, why don't you give the people a rundown of who you are, what you do, where to find you on social media, all them fun stuff.
So I'm a poet. I work in the Scots language and in English as well, depending on who's paying me and what their motivations are. I do the Scots word of the day on my page, and I've been doing that for over 1,000 days, where I teach one Scots word every single day, as the title would suggest. And yeah, I have fun making kind of Scottish cultural videos and try to educate people about language and life.
And we respect that because I went to school to be a teacher, and I can't teach for shit. So I
You went to
respect
school to be a teacher.
Yeah, it's so terrible how like that panned out, right?
Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah, I went to school for secondary education originally. Then I went to school for radiology,
Oh.
and here I am at 33 years old hosting a podcast.
Making a podcast.
Yes, Len. I have your TikTok pulled up out here. It looks like you have 582,000 followers. That is freaking awesome. That's a lot of people.
I can't believe it. Like I started off thinking that maybe like 5 or 10 people would watch my videos, so this is overwhelming, to say the least.
Now, do you find this something that you feel like you could make this kind of a career to be a full-time content creator, or no?
I have. It's my career.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you worked.
Yeah.
You did something else. You did something else. You worked.
Yeah, no, I work. I'm a columnist for the Herald. In Scotland is like a newspaper, and I also I'm the engagement officer for the Scots Language Centre, so I get to teach this in kind of a more professional capacity. So really, it's only through the online stuff that I've been able to get both of those jobs. So it's been really good. But yeah, no, I do this full time. I used to work in a kitchen, and I was able to give it up because this was going so well and people were being so nice to me. So yeah.
Oh, see, I love hearing these stories because that's what we're chasing. We're obviously chasing.
Yeah, everyone's got such a good story.
Yeah, ours are not that great of a story. It's like, yeah, we make pretty good money. We just don't want to do our jobs anymore because they kill us and kill our soul little by little every single day.
Plug my laptop in. I am lagging here.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, no, that's awesome though. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at your page again. Yeah, it's 7.3 million likes. That's like these are huge. Like we, one, I gotta say thank you to all the people that have followed us and liked our videos and all that stuff. Um, but like I was geeking out when it was like hitting 8,000, 9,000. Colin and I were texting each other like little kids, like, "Yo, you see, we got another like 10, like 1,000 likes."
Yeah, I
And
got nothing at work done that day.
yeah, no, we were just sitting there refreshing our phones, just like, ooh, another like, another like, another like. At what point for you do you just stop looking at numbers? Because I mean, obviously, your numbers are like very good. Like I said, 7 million likes is crazy, and half a million people. Like that's population of small towns and small cities. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It can be really difficult to not look at numbers because you kind of want to make what people want to watch, but the algorithms are so unpredictable that I have to kind of make the content that I want to make and that I feel comfortable making, and just sort of let the numbers fall where they may, because if I try and plan it out and say this is going to get me the most views, this is going to get me the most likes, then I probably won't be making content that is as authentic, and I really want to maintain that regardless of how many people are watching.
That's
no,
good because a lot of people give up on their original content and they'll start going with trends and whatever's cool, and it's just kind of it gets weird once it switches to that.
Yeah, I mean, I at the heart of it, I want my page to be kind of educational in nature, so I definitely want to maintain that regardless of the audience size. I want to make sure that it's somewhere that people can come and know what they're gonna get, instead of just, oh, this is a random trend that I'm hopping on this week and people can then feel disconnected.
interesting. Okay. Have you been stopped in the streets at all from like because of your TikTok page? Like people are like, oh my god, you're the Scott's word of the day girl.
Yeah, it happens more when I have my hair down. But I used to work in a restaurant, and people would come up at work and say, "Are you?" And I just end up saying, "No, no, sorry, I look just like her." Happens all the time, because it would make me really, really anxious. I would have to go and cry because I would just be so overwhelmed. I mean, I love people, and I love when people are nice to me and things like that. It's really nice, but it can get a bit overwhelming. I mean, I was on a date once, and someone came up and was like, "I watch your videos all the time. Oh my god, you're loving." And the guy was sitting across from me, like his face was just like, because I hadn't told him what I did, so I was kind of just like, "Oh yeah, I know her from work. It's a work thing." So yeah, it happens, but I'm not a massive fan of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of that like if we ever made it, to where we could quit our jobs and we could make this a full-time thing. I don't want the fame, essentially. I don't want to be a celebrity. I just want to be rich, right? Like I think that's the goal for everybody.
See, I have the worst of both worlds because I'm not rich, but I do get so I would like to be a little less recognizable and a little more rich.
Right? I feel like the following comes before the richness, and I feel like that's not fair. We should just be rich, then the following can come if they want to.
Kind of
Um
an inversion that social media gives you, because before it was like you had to have an established career before the audience would come. But now, with the sort of advent of virality and things like that, now the people watch you and then you have to sort of flounder and figure out how to monetize it. It's a bit strange and inverted.
yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I scroll on TikTok and I just see videos that are completely useless. Like there's no talent whatsoever in like required to make this video. But yet like 40 million views and you're just like, I could
Like
have done
how?
that. Like I do funnier shit on a daily basis.
I
Like
see so many random videos with like millions of views. I'm like wow, how? Like, what did you do?
yeah, like you
I think it's the luck element of social media. You have to have that person watching it who shows it to that person watching it who sends it to their friends. I mean, I've had videos go viral and then re-upload them because they've got taken down, and then they just won't do the same. And it really, and that's why I think you can't try and pander to the algorithm, because there is an element of luck and chance associated with it.
It's
okay,
true.
sure. Okay. Well, enough about TikTok talk because I had to give you your shout out on your TikTok because that again it's impressive. We're sitting at like 2,000 followers and we're like, yeah, we're being
We made
taken
it.
we're being taken seriously. This is what it is. And then like we're interviewing people with some have millions, some have hundreds of thousands, and I'm just like, we got two. Like we got like 10 people that listen to us on Spotify. We're special.
Yeah, we're crushing it.
So the first question I have for you is so what's one American food that that you would I can't talk. I shouldn't be doing a podcast. I can't speak anymore. What's one American food that you hate?
That I hate.
Yeah, because there's got to be some stuff in America that we have here that's just like not a normalized thing, but in Scotland that you're just like that's fucking disgusting.
I don't know. I mean, there's stuff I haven't tried, but I wouldn't say there's anything I hate. I
Okay, let's
mean,
change the
when I
question.
was
Let's change the question then. What's one American food that you want to try more than anything that you haven't tried yet?
sausage gravy, I think that looks really interesting. I think that looks very, very weird. And
Hmm.
not weird in a bad way, but weird in like because we have gravy and we have sausages, but that looks nothing like either of them.
Yeah, sausage gravy is a weird thing.
Yeah, until you said that, I completely forgot it existed.
That's the thing they put it like on the South. They put it on like the whatever.
Yeah, it's like biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, where you just get a English muffin and you just pour gravy over it that has bits of meat, and then you just
We're
eat
so
that.
unhealthy.
Yeah,
Just as a country.
like when you say that out loud, it just sounds so terrible.
Yeah, you put gravy on an English. Oh God, we have a problem.
Now, we learned something before we hit record today, by the way, that apparently you get ID'd for Red Bull in Scotland.
I've been ID'd for Red Bull. I mean, I was over the age that I was allowed to buy it, but I didn't have my ID with me because I'd just come from work, so I didn't actually end up getting the Red Bull that day.
I'm just
Which is a
shocked.
shame 'cause it was for someone else, so I felt really bad returning empty-handed.
Like, I'm just shocked there's an age restriction on Red Bull.
I think it's a fairly recent thing, but you can get age restricted for all sorts of things. You can't buy knives. You can't buy, I think, scissors. Certain things that
Scissors?
yeah,
Scissors?
if they could be used as a weapon, you have to be over like 18 to buy them. But there's a guy who does,
Hmm.
he gets requests from his fans to like, what's the weirdest thing they've been ID'd for, and some of it's like 0% alcohol. I mean, I was a bartender, and we had to always ID for 0% alcohol just because it could contain like 0.5%, but so does orange juice. So, you
That's
know,
it.
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting as hell. So
I
that's crazy.
see.
What so weapons and energy drinks all have age limits?
Yeah, we will. I mean, there's a kind of there's no kind of weapon culture and no automatic weapon culture in Britain. So there's like more of a crackdown on knife crime. So I think for a while you definitely couldn't buy knives if you're under the age of the underage of consent because there's a huge kind of youth knife crime epidemic. So they were trying to cut back on that.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I feel like see, we have like heroin epidemics here in America. I'd
Yeah.
much prefer a knife epidemic. I feel like that could be handled a lot easier. Um,
Well, I mean, we do have drug
oh, okay.
problems
I
in
didn't know if like
Scotland.
that. I don't know much about, and like I said, I'm an ignorant American, so I apologize. I don't know much about pretty much anything else that's going on in the world. I know Russia is not very nice right now. China's kind of being a dick, but I don't know much about anything else in the world. That's about it. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, we
Colin's on the same
definitely
on the same page with me, right?
Yeah, I just gave up on all that. It's too
we
much.
have addiction in Scotland. Don't worry.
Um, now, what would you say? What is your if you could teach us? In I can't
Tony
talk.
is struggling today, man.
Yeah, you
Take your
gotta,
time.
Struggling.
dude. Like never wake and bake, and I think this is my problem right now.
Jesus.
uh,
3 o'clock.
I know, dude. I told you I smoke copious amounts. Um, what's what would you say is your favorite Scottish slang term to teach Americans like us?
So my answer to that question is twofold. I can give you the actual term itself, and I can give you why I absolutely hate that question.
Yeah, let's do both.
So when people say, "What's your favorite Scottish slang word?" it irks me because it's what I teach and what I try and put forward is that it's not slang, it's actually a language. And the cultural perception in Scotland of the Scots language being slang is something that has precluded us from being able to get it into schools and from being able to get it, recognised officially. And, it's prevented people from actually being able to speak it because it used to be beaten out of children in school physically. So I would say that a lot of what people would perceive to be slang is actually, words and phrases from the Scots language. So that's if you'd asked me what's my favorite Scots language word, I would say "boke," which is to vomit or to be sick, because I like it because it can be used as a verb, a noun, an adjective, a standalone sentence, and you can also just hear it in the word. It's onomatopoeic. It's like "bulk," so it's great. That's my favorite Scots word.
I dig it. I didn't
I
know
like
that.
that word.
I didn't know that the Scot language was beaten out of children. That's
Yeah, Scots and Gaelic. So there's two. In Scotland, we have four official languages. We have the Scots language, which is a West Germanic sister language to English, which is why it's easy for English speakers to learn, because it's got a lot of cognates and words that come from the same place. We've got Gaelic, which is a Celtic Goidelic language, which is closest to Irish. We've got BSL, which is British Sign Language. So that's the sort of signed language of the UK. And then we've got English. So, yeah.
you guys are so much more impressive than we are.
Yeah, I'm starting to gather that everybody is.
Yeah, like when we interview other Americans, it's just like it's like a normal everyday stuff. Like you guys have like four languages, and it's like we have regular English, broken English, fake English, and like really really bad English, which is usually what we speak.
I think, people always say that about Americans, but I think the way that you guys use languages is so lovely. And there are certain kind of phrases and quirks that when I hear them, it just makes me so happy, because you say things like "on accident." I think that's wonderful.
Like
So
what? Like
that's my next question.
yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing that like a favorite American thing that we say that's
I love
not
I
normal?
love "on accident." I think "on accident" is so, I think that's amazing, because we say "by accident."
That's a good
Oh,
point, actually.
I didn't.
And then you've got things like "irregardless." I think, see when I hear Americans say things like that, and they're coining new words and phrases, and it's just, oh, it's amazing. But that's, people in Britain are like, "Oh, I hate Americanisms." I think Americanisms are wonderful. I think you've got the right idea with language.
Oh yeah, we're lazy with language. That's all it is. It's just we're lazy with it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can be lazy. I think if you're effectively communicating to someone, then you're using language perfectly. People for so many years have said that the Scots language is lazy English. So whenever I hear someone calling their own English lazy, or their own approach to language lazy, I just think, no, efficiency is not laziness.
Wow, I feel so much. I'm not dumb. I'm just efficient.
Exactly.
Hmm. What do you think about like the new generation's words, like
Wonderful.
bussin' and no cap? And
Stunning.
does
There's a,
anybody
there's
say that
a
over there?
a lot of teenagers might use it. I think there's a kind of argument to be made against using it, because obviously you've got the kind of appropriation from AAVE, that aspect of it, but that's a linguistic debate to be had within the community. For me, when I see the coining of new words and phrases, I'm just so happy, because, well, from a Scots perspective, because the language was so oppressed, we didn't get the opportunity to come up with words for cool things. So now a lot of my friends in the community are coming up with words for things. We've got words like troubleshooting for a computer is now fankle fixing, and we've
Fankle
got,
fixing.
it's stunning, words like that, and we've got LGBTQ words and things like that. So there's new words and phrases being coined every day in Scots. So when I see it happening in English, I think it's wonderful, because that's how language is supposed to work. We're supposed to keep evolving and finding new ways to describe the same concept. So I think it's great.
See, I feel like though, no matter what language it is, no matter anything, fuck will forever be timeless. The word fuck
The first
it's
the first
priceless.
recorded usage of fuck was in Scots.
See, you guys
I knew
contributed to
that.
my favorite word.
Did you?
For some reason, I knew that.
It was a flighting. We have something called flighting, so it's like rap battles, but like ancient. And it was, I think they called him a one fuck it something, meaning like you're. It was, they insulted their parents by calling them one fuck it, which means like never getting laid, kind of thing. I don't know. So yeah, that was the first recorded usage of the word fuck. So
That is awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy now. That made my day because fuck is my favorite word of all. It's an adjective, it's a noun, it's a verb, it's a it's a pronoun. It's
See,
a,
that's what the best words are. These words that have such a broad. It's like boke, it's one of these words that's just so ubiquitous, and you can use it for so many things.
yeah. I mean, like if you just said fuck that fucking fucker for fucking that fucking fuck, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep that whole section out, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite word. All right. So I have to ask, because obviously wearing kilts is Scottish tradition. Is that a normal thing in Scotland? Like for us wearing like, because we wear short shorts here. Like I got like super short shorts on. Like they barely go to the thigh. Like, is that a normal thing? Like over there?
I saw an interview with Billy Connolly, who is a very famous Scottish comedian. You'll probably be aware of him. He was remarking on the fact that when he was a child, to see someone in a kilt was not only an extremely rare occurrence, but it was an occurrence that would elicit mockery and people laughing. And I think that's so different to nowadays, where people will wear kilts at weddings, they'll wear them at funerals sometimes, they'll wear them, when they go to the football, they'll wear it with their football top. So it's becoming more and more prevalent in Scottish society, which is good because a lot of Scottish culture was, as I say, suppressed and oppressed and banned outright. So it's becoming more and more common, and with the kind of American interest in kilts and things, it's become a kind of bigger industry, and that means that kilt makers are producing more. But also with that comes the kind of gentrification issue, where it's completely untenable for someone like me to buy a tartan, like, just casually without having a lot of money, because it's such a touristy thing now. They've put the prices up. So it's something that maybe an American person will be able to come over and buy, but not something that a Scottish person will have access, which means that a lot of people are just renting kilts for their weddings and things. But what interests me when Americans will bring it up is the fact that you guys are really, really, trying to find the tartan of the family of the people that, brought your ancestors up. Whereas here, you can just wear what tartan you like. I mean, we've got tartans for loads of different religious communities. There's American tartans, there's tartans for the LGBTQ community. So it's much more of a kind of casual thing. But also, I think a lot of people assume that the clan tartans and the family tartans are an actual thing. But that's an invented tradition from the 1900s. That was never a thing. Tartans back in the, ancient times were just dyed with whatever plants were around you. And it was only when, people were trying to make a bit of money and romanticize Scottish culture that they actually came up with this whole clan tartan thing. So nowadays, with the return to sort of community-based tartans, that's actually more in keeping with the traditions of the olden days.
See, I feel like my whole life is a lie right now, and I'm very mad. Like the next time I go to, like, because there's a thing because I live in Connecticut in America, and there's a thing called the Big E. It's a huge like fair. They have like 7 warehouses full of like shops, and then there's rides and candy and food and all these different kinds of things. In these shops, there's always a guy there that's like, "Oh, I got kilts. We can get custom created kilts. We can get your coat of arms, all these things." And my dumbass has spent money there, and I'm really mad that my life is a lie and I spent that money and it was bullshit.
What tartan did you get?
I have no clue. It's somewhere in my basement. It was one of those things like we're out at the fair and we're like, "Oh, this is cool. Let's get it." And then it
But
doesn't.
that's the right attitude. If you see a tartan you like, you can wear it. That's why when people say, "Oh, I only have certain percentage," that also is a massive red flag to me, because Scottishness doesn't really live in the blood, it lives in the soul. Scotland has something called civic nationalism, which is basically that if you are participating in the culture, you are part of the nation. And a lot of people don't realize that you can't really have Scottish DNA. So if you want to wear a kilt from a random family just because you like the colour purple, just wear it. There's nobody in Scotland who's not an absolute fanny that's not going to be like, cool kilt, man.
I don't look good in skirts. It's not a. I mean, because a kilt is essentially like a skirt or a dress. It's similar to. It's not a good look for me. I tried that. I'm very top heavy. I got love handles and it accentuates those. So we're not there yet. Maybe in the summer when I lose the weight, when I lose the belly weight, I can do it. Actually, one of our guests that we're gonna have on our show, he plays in, I don't know what the band is called, what the bands are called, but with the bagpipe, and he plays the drums. So he wears kilts.
Oh,
Yeah, he wears kilts all the time. Ryan, I don't know if you listen to our show, but what's up, buddy? Appreciate you. Um, fun, Colin. I got a funny story for you about Ryan, who will eventually be on our show. I got
Oh, great.
I got an unsolicited dick pic from him, and I got a story about that.
On purpose?
It was while I was getting tattooed. It's a long story. Doc,
Okay.
we're gonna say I'm gonna save Len the details of it here,
Yeah.
because it was not planned. And for those who want to hear about it, to listen to the show, DM me. I'll tell you the story, but that's not gonna be recorded today.
I'll send you the picture.
Nope, that got deleted quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The worst part was that it was on my phone. I'm laying down getting tattooed, and I'm trying not to drop this phone on my face because I don't want a dick on my face. I mean, they think that would
get yourself in these situations.
only me. I am constantly inconvenienced every day of my life. It's true.
Struggle.
If you could eat a color, what color would it be?
blue.
You know,
I feel like blue would taste the best.
I hear a lot of blue, and
Well, there's no food in nature that's blue. So what does it taste like? I feel like everything else I could find an approximation that exists in nature, whereas blue, there's no blue food.
I just think of blue raspberry.
That,
It would
why
have to
is it
taste like
supposed to be
that.
blue? That's why have we done this to ourselves? I think it's to differentiate between raspberry and strawberry.
yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. I was gonna say blueberries, but they're technically really purple.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's really no blue foods out there. You stumped me, because I was gonna say green.
Spirulina. I think people are using spirulina now to colour things blue, but that doesn't really have a taste.
I
That
don't
just
know.
fucked my whole day up. I'm
Sorry.
sitting here trying to think of things that are blue.
Cotton candy's
And
blue.
there's not.
God damn it.
Yeah, but that's not a food. That's colored.
Yeah, but it's cotton
Yeah,
candy.
blue raspberry.
Floss.
Yeah. What do you think the most annoying color is?
Orange.
Yeah,
Really?
I like orange.
I can't wear it. It doesn't go with my hair, so I just don't wear it.
I was gonna say, because I love orange. I have an orange hoodie, and it's like, I mean, my favorite holiday is Halloween. So anything black and orange is my go-to.
I like orange and purple.
Yeah, orange and purple go out
I
together.
like purple.
Right?
Well, yeah, Len, you can wear purple because you have, the orange hair. So.
Anything like I'm not a fan of yellow. Anything basically orange, yellow, red, I stay away from. But anything like purple, blue, green.
Cooler
The only thing I
colors.
like about purple is that people keep trying to get me to say purple burglar alarm, and that really just it annoys me so much because there's all these people on TikTok who are Scottish who are like pretending they can't say it, and I'm like, you can.
We know you can. Stop lying.
It's like for 3-minute video, they'd be like, purple, and I'm like, shut up. I know full well that before that they were like purple burglar, because it's the thing is that phrase has so many things that people mock about the Scottish, some Scottish accents. So I don't really play into the whole like I can't say it because I can. It might not be the way that Americans say it, but it's not an invalid pronunciation.
Interesting. So I read online that in Scotland, y'all deep fry pizza. Is that true?
Wait, what?
Pizza crunch.
Pizza crunch is what it's called.
I was gonna say there's a name for it.
My boyfriend, when he first was coming up to see me, he's not Scottish, so he went to the fish and chip shop and ordered a pizza crunch, and I think he was disappointed.
I mean,
He was disappointed. It's just there's nothing. You just batter it in deep. You can batter it in deep fry anything. They'll do it for you.
I mean, I know we have like. Have you ever been to America first and foremost?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, have you ever been to like a fair in America?
No.
They deep fry everything.
You need to go.
Do they batter it first?
Well, yeah, so they have deep fried Coca-Cola. That's my favorite.
Wait, what?
Yeah, deep fried Coca-Cola.
How do you deep fry soda?
So what you do is you boil the soda down to when it becomes like this,
like a paste,
kind of, but
like a gummy.
Well, kind of. It becomes like a syrup, and then it
You
dries
have
out.
no right to judge the pizza crunch.
Yeah, yeah. You just negated our whole argument, dude.
Well, no,
I'm saying no. We were deep frying gummy soda.
No. So what you do is you get soda, like you pour Coke in like a pot, and you boil it down till it's like a syrup. The syrup dries and becomes like crystallized. You then grind it all up and becomes a powder. The powder becomes the base of your batter, essentially, and then you deep fry dough. I mean, I'm sure a massive pothead thought this through because there's no other way that happens.
That sounds awful.
It's
I'll stick with my deep fried Oreos.
it's legitimately delicious.
Deep fried Mars bars are nice, apparently.
I haven't had that.
Never heard of that.
I've had deep fried ice cream.
Deep fried ice cream is legit.
Yeah,
I'm starving.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah,
What's your favorite American food?
American food?
Our favorite?
Ooh, Collin, you
Yeah.
Oh, like I don't know. Because you can say pizza, but that's not. I don't know if that's really
That's
American.
Italian.
It's more Italian. I'm trying
That's
to think of something
Italian.
that Americans made.
Cheeseburgers,
I feel like we didn't make those either.
steak and baked potato.
Yeah, probably that.
Best steak. Ooh. Is
Like
that a
the-
thing?
What?
Steak and potatoes?
Steak and baked potatoes.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
a loaded baked
That's like
potato.
the st-
Yeah,
with,
like,
like broccoli and stuff.
yeah, every steak
yeah.
I've ever get, I get my steak, I get a baked potato loaded. I needed, sour cream, butter, cheese, chives.
Yeah,
the whole-
Americanize it.
What
On
was
a,
it?
on a tatty.
On a potato, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you've never had a loaded potato?
Oh God, you're missing out.
Oh my god. Wait till we tell you about Bloody Marys.
Potato. You get butter, salt, and pepper. That's all you need. None of that
Oh,
sour
no,
cream
no,
shit.
no.
Oh, not here.
No, you need sour cream. I'll tell you, this is the order you got to do it too. So when you get the potato and you take it out the foil, you cut the nice slit on it.
The foil?
Yeah, you
Why is there foil?
because you got to bake it and you wrap it in
We-
foil so it gets nice and soft.
It'll get soft if you just put it in the oven.
Yeah, I've never understood the foil.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. I think it's a
It comes
scam from the
with
foil
foam
company.
and adding a metallic skin to it.
I don't know.
Keeps the steam in.
It keeps all
But
the
I guess
juice.
the
I don't-
potato keeps it in too.
Your skin will do that just fine.
Okay, so whatever the case is, the potato's done. You slice it down the middle. You put the sour cream, you put the butter, then you put the cheese, then you put the chives, the bacon. It's perfect.
That's
Yeah.
a whole meal, and you're using that as a side dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
And then there's broccoli, and then there's usually rolls before then. You eat rolls, then you...
Oh, like wee bread rolls. I like bread rolls.
bread rolls are the best. They're the
We've
best.
got the best ones. We've got something called morning rolls that are like these. They're cooked and you tear them. And another thing, see, my boyfriend, whenever he comes up, he's not that excited to see me. He's excited to see tatty scones, morning rolls, and stovies.
Morning rolls.
You're gonna have to teach us what are all those.
It sounds like monkey bread.
So, well, it's kind of the closest I can think is maybe like your Hawaiian rolls.
Like sweet bread.
Like a soft bread roll, but it's got like a corn outside, and I think it's cornmeal. And then what they did was they used to have different shelves in the oven, and so the top ones would get kind of burnt, but they would sell them at like half price and be like, these are well fired rolls, but you can buy them just themselves, the sort of blackened rolls, as well fired rolls in Scotland. You can do that. And then what was the other things? Tatty scones are potato, like tatties mashed up. If you got leftover mashed potato, mix it with flour, then put them into little cakes and fry them, and that's your tatty scones. And then stovies are meat cooked down with potatoes, turnips. What the fuck do you call them? What do you call them?
Root vegetables.
Rutabaga?
Rutabagas.
Rutabaga. Yeah.
And then carrots, and you can put square sausage in it. You can put anything you want in it.
I'm literally Googling this as you're telling me, and this looks...
Yeah, that sounds bomb.
It looks like a pot pie. It looks like a deconstructed pot pie.
It's amazing. It's stunning.
It looks delicious.
Doesn't help that I was starving before we started this.
Well, yeah, we're usually we always have the munchies. It's a normal thing here. What's
Scottish food is designed to stick to your ribs, so
what's a
No, that sounds bomb.
what's one snack that you guys don't have in Scotland that you guys have that we have in America?
Tootsie rolls. What is a Tootsie roll?
It's just chocolate.
It's
Oh.
like just sugary
Just
chocolate.
chewy chocolate.
Okay, we've got that. but
Yeah,
not
you're
the
not,
name.
imagine like a very non-exciting taffy.
That's a very good way to put it.
Taffy's like,
Like a
Caramel?
Tootsie Roll.
oh,
Wait,
No,
you never had
taffy's like-
taffy?
Taffy's always weird flavored.
I think I've had taffy
Like
before.
saltwater taffy? Like
That's
la-
a
Sounds
sweet.
weird.
like
yeah.
Laffy Taffy?
Oh, we make a big deal out of it too. The factories all have glass windows, and you have to watch it be made.
You have to watch it.
You
Oh,
have to. They won't sell it to you.
it's mesmerizing to watch it being made, though.
Really?
Yeah,
When
just
I was in America, I seen your bread being made. We were in some sort of factory in California.
there was
Bread
bread.
factory?
Yeah, it was like you watched the bread being made. I don't know what it was called, but it was cool. I mean, it was a bread factory. So
That's pretty
Interesting.
I mean, I've been to the Hershey factory where I got to watch chocolate being made.
your
been to
chocolate. I'm sorry.
What?
What?
Your chocolate is shitty.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it
tastes
is.
like sick. They put a chemical in it. It makes it taste like sick.
I mean, I love my Reese's peanut butter cups though.
No, but
don't.
all the chocolate tastes different.
No, I can't eat American chocolate. Sorry, no offense to Americans, but
I mean,
in
don't get me
comparison,
like Kinder Egg, like Kinder chocolate is still the best chocolate. I had that when I was in Italy. I remember that. That's the only memory I went to Italy when I was 5 years old. The only memory I have was the chocolate. It was amazing.
I think Dove chocolate's the best.
Dove, like the soap.
Yeah, their chocolate tastes way better.
They're the same company.
It's the same company. Yeah.
Actual.
So here we have like one company that owns like fucking everything. So they'll make soap, chocolate, clothing, towels,
Cereal.
cereal.
Yeah, that's GE.
That's
It is
capital.
GE, right? Yeah.
Yep, GE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible down here.
I don't know if I've had chocolate from anywhere else though.
Really, you never had
thinking
like
about it now.
Belgian chocolate.
Maybe.
Like
I
I
don't
gotta get the Germans got great chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that German chocolate cake was made by someone whose surname was German? It's got nothing to do with Germany.
Really?
What?
Yeah. It's not a German thing. The guy's name was Mr. German. The same way Pilates, the guy's name was Mr. Pilates.
What?
Interesting.
Genuinely, I'm not taking the piss. Like,
Taking the piss. We learned
Taking
about
the
that
piss.
last week.
We learned about that. Yes.
We know
yes.
that one. Hell yeah.
For once, we memorized. We learned something on our show. We learned.
Fuck yeah.
I'm trying not to use Scots. I'm trying to use English, but I'm forgetting that yous aren't even.
No, we learned. Oh, damn. What's the other word that I could have just used right there?
I
Gobsmacked.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
Gobsmacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not have gobsmacked? And it's
No,
like,
I've never heard of that. The
No,
only time I've ever heard.
flabbergasted is the closest.
The only thing for gobsmacked that I've ever seen was in Willy Wonka when it was an everlasting gobstopper. And that was the closest. it got.
Gobstopper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
So
Interesting.
all right. So again, another thing that I found, because Colin and I went on like these websites. It was just like things they do in Scotland that don't make sense to Americans, and we need clarification because when we were reading this, we're like, what the hell is this shit? Like it's weird. Like I mean, obviously it's weird to us. It's just not our culture. What can you explain what Irn Bru is?
Irn Bru.
It's iron. Is that the
Iron.
all right? So because I have
Iron.
IRNBRU.
Iron Brew.
What is that?
It's just a drink.
But apparently, it's like because I googled it and it's like apparently a big thing over in Scotland.
Yeah.
An
It's a
Irn
big
Bru?
thing. It's a Scottish thing. It's a Scottish drink. It doesn't really have a kind of comparable soda in America. The only thing I've tasted that comes close is there's a wee drink from Italy that's like an aperitivo, like a kind of like a non-alcoholic beverage, and my boyfriend bought that just as get non-alcoholic drinks for me, and I was like, this tastes exactly like the brew. But like Irn Bru is massive. It's it's really I don't like it anymore because it used to be full of sugar and I used to love it, and then they take the sugar out and put like sweeteners in it, so I don't really like it anymore. Because in the UK we've got sugar tax, so a lot
sugar
of
tax.
yeah, it's to try and make us be healthier. There's like a tax for companies to put in sugar. So
Oh, really?
most soft drinks are now just made with aspartame, asulfame K, sucralose, and I don't like the taste of any of those because see, after you drink it, you can kind of taste it. So I don't like them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the artificial sweeteners.
I can only imagine if they tried to pull that shit in America. Could
You know
you?
what's crazy is I was just thinking about it. They probably did. 'Cause
No,
think
they
about
didn't.
how candy and sweets tasted when you were a kid, and think about them now. They do not taste the
But
same.
the other thing too is our taste buds change from when you grow up. So, like,
No, there's definitely more sweeteners and things nowadays, just because
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
we're gonna
It's
test
a
that.
lot cheaper to use sucralose because you don't need as much as sugar.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it can be kind of more ethically made.
I'm literally
That's
reading
true.
the ingredients of my Arizona iced tea to see if there's
Well, I don't think Arizona's changed. They will never change.
no sucralose is in there.
You use
Interesting.
corn syrup though. We tend to use just normal sugar.
Yeah, corn. I
Corn
don't.
syrup's worse, isn't it?
Yeah, corn syrup's terrible for
Corn
you.
syrup is worse for you, but it's a lot cheaper to produce.
Isn't it like immediately tied to like cancer?
Corn syrup?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Every day is
If
something
if
new.
I just broke that news and that's like a real thing and I go missing, just know what happened.
It was the corn syrup that
It
took
was the
you.
corn syrup. The
Cancel.
corn syrup. GM. Like CEOs and whatnot taking me out. Speaking of food, what's the weirdest place you've eaten food at?
You mean like a restaurant or like locate like round a bin or something? I don't know.
Yeah, just like the weirdest place you've ever eaten food.
When I used to work in a kitchen, I used to take my breaks sitting on the bin.
Sitting on a
So-
what?
On a bit of, sorry, a garbage can.
Colin and I both were just looking at it like, what is that? What is a bed?
Sorry, yeah, sorry, the garbage can. I used to sit on that and eat chips. Sorry, French fries.
I understand chips. I get that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
a normal one.
Chips on a bin, and that was me. Very classy.
All right. I mean, that's
Chips on
better.
a
That's
bin.
that's better than probably better than me. Colin, where's the weirdest place you've ever eaten?
Like location or?
Yeah, like just the weirdest place you've eaten any food.
I've eaten at a lot of really sketchy restaurants.
No, I mean like that's really like.
Oh no, I mean like in someone's basement.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, like those crazy pop-ups and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
you go into somebody's basement.
I
It's
mine
weird.
my weirdest place was in a bathroom of a church.
Why?
What were you eating?
They were
The
cookies.
wafers?
They were cookies. They were cookies. Also, did you know you can order communion on Amazon?
Yeah, you can order anything on Amazon.
Is it blessed? I feel like it's not blessed.
I don't know, but I thought that shit was made in house. I did not know that they fucking outsourced that shit.
It's made in like a special. I watched a video, especially in the UK. It's made in like a special bakery with the nuns running it. But
Interesting.
you can buy them unblessed, but you can't buy them blessed.
The only reason why I know this is because I ordered 500 pieces to prank my coworker, and now there's just a lot of communion at my job. So,
God.
That's great. I didn't know you could.
dude, when I found it, I was like, "Are you
How would you get them
serious?"
blessed though? You'd have to go to like the church after you get them.
Yeah.
Be like, hey man, need a favor.
See, I was raised Protestant, so we didn't get snacks in church.
Oh yeah, no, I was raised Catholic, and it did not stick very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was forced to go to like Catholic school, go to church every Sunday, and I'm naturally a lefty, so they beat that out of me. I'm a righty, so
No way. Did they actually?
well, yeah. I mean, she never actually technically hit me, but she would slap that ruler on my desk, like really close to my hands all the time. And then I threw
For being left-handed. I also didn't know you were left-handed.
yeah, dude. You see me bowl? I'm a lefty.
Yeah, that's weird. Never noticed.
Yeah, I got kicked out of that Catholic school though because I threw a coloring book at a nun. So
Yeah, they frown upon that.
I mean, I was coloring with my left hand, and then I went to go with my right hand to get a different angle because I was ambidextrous at that point.
Wait, you're being serious? They really did that?
Yes, this is serious.
That's kind of fucked up.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Sister Mary Eunice. That was her name.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And
Why don't they like left-handed people?
I don't know. It's like the sign of the devil.
Because God is on the right hand and Satan is on the left. I think the Latin for left is sinistra or something. It's like evil is on the left.
What?
Goddamn Democrats.
That's crazy, bro. I never knew that. I'm learning a lot of shit today.
I'm like really stunned right now. But yeah, no, seriously. So I was coloring with two different hands because I was ambidextrous because I was lefty, and then they forced me to use my right hand, so I learned how to use both. And I was coloring.
So it worked.
I went from my left hand to my right hand. She slapped the ruler on my desk, and then she's like, "Use one hand," and I said, "Use this," and I threw the coloring book at her, and I wasn't allowed to go there anymore.
You were shunned to hell after that one.
Oh yeah, immediately after that point, bad things were bound to happen. That doesn't match the time where I walked into a church and the crucifix hanging in the middle of the church broke off the thing and just started dangling.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm either
speaking of
cursed
Tony
or
being
something.
evil. Yeah, no, there's something up with you.
Yeah, I think I'm haunted. I'm pretty sure I'm haunted.
I think the left-handed thing also has to do with like shield formations, and if they wore the shield on the wrong side, it would mess up the formation. So you had to have the shield on the
Interesting.
one of the sides.
I didn't even think about that. That makes so much more sense now.
That does kind of make sense.
I fucked up. I would fuck up everything for everybody.
Yeah, more so
Yeah.
than you already do.
Pretty much. Con, I know you got questions lined up. People
Yeah.
are people
What
are
would you
complaining.
do if you found out your best friend was a serial killer?
What is the ethical code by which they choose their victims? Is this like a Dexter situation where it's like,
Where they're doing it like for good?
if they're like a vigilante, then
No, they're just evil.
they're just evil. Okay,
They're
well
just
then
evil.
I probably would have to not continue the friendship. I'd probably have to put a boundary in place and say, do you know what? This is against my personal code of conduct. I've also informed the authorities. Please don't kill me.
I respect that.
It's a good answer. Yeah.
I respect that. I mean, if my best friend
What would you
said
do,
it,
Tony?
I mean, if my best friend hit me up right now and was like, "Yo, I got something to tell you. I killed like 7 people, man." My first response would be like, "Who's number 8? Do we have to do it? Why are we doing it?" I mean, like, I just have some questions. Like, I got like, there's got to be a reason to why. Like if he's just like, she got brown hair. I'm like, bro, we gotta talk about this. I think we got a problem here on our hands. You know?
Yeah, I think you have an issue, man.
I think that says a lot about systemic violence from men. The fact that you'd support your best friend through.
Well, no, because I think like men are like I got like this brotherhood. It's like, and plus we're guys too.
Yeah. Women famously have no concept of close friendship. We're all isolated beings completely.
And listen, my wife, she hates going out and being social, so I can understand that aspect. But no, like I don't know. For me, it's like it's my boy, and it's like if he told me that, like I would ask the initial question too, like, are you doing like some Dexter type stuff, or are you like the guy from You and you're just a creep? And then we're gonna have to approach it accordingly.
He doesn't kill people crazy ways, right? The guy from You?
He does.
Does he? I thought he had like some good behind him or something.
No, he does not. He killed his ex-partner. 2 of them actually.
He killed Guinevere Beck, and
all the way. I remember when he killed Beck.
I'm not okay with that.
All right, so he's crazy.
Yeah. It was not okay. Plus, he's a stalker.
Isn't his new season in London?
Yes.
It was actually a great season. Not even gonna lie about that.
I forget when I stopped watching season 3.
It's a great show. It is. Now it's honestly, if you watch You and you've watched Dexter, You is just a shitty Dexter.
Dexter was pretty shitty.
What? No,
yeah, I think You is a little better. The story.
What are you talking about? Dexter, like, he had a kill room. He had a disposal. Like, he had ways they dispose in the bodies. He had the ins and outs. Okay. Rewatch You. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He was smart. Yeah, if you want to learn how to murder people and get away with it.
Rewatch You, and you're gonna watch. Every time he kills somebody, his go-to move is hit him with a rock. He's not very.
Yeah, you get rid of the weapon.
But they're just leaving DNA. He leaves DNA everywhere. He peed in a jar and then left it at the crime scene.
Yeah, he did do that.
Dexter would never do that.
Dexter's more experienced, though.
I'm just saying, he's a shitty serial killer. Maybe that's what I would do. I'd probably teach my friend, like, no, you're doing it all wrong. You can't do that. All right. What color is a mirror?
A mirror.
Yeah.
A mirror is much like the ideal partner. It gives back exactly what you give it to it. So it can be whatever color you want it to be.
But what color is the mirror itself? That was the political answer to give me, but I want a definitive answer.
It doesn't have a color because it reflects light.
I think it's silver.
So whatever color on the spectrum you put into it, it will give it back to you on the spectrum of visible light.
True. But when they make a mirror, they have to put a coating on it. What color is that coating? Right?
Silver.
It's technically silver.
It'd be silver, I think.
Yeah.
This is the part of our show where it doesn't make sense. Like, I just come at you with random questions in the middle of our stuff here. So I saw on your because you told us your Twitter before we started recording, and I searched your name up, And I saw Scott's Performer of the Year 2021. Can you elaborate what that is?
So the Scots Language Awards are an awards system whereby people in the community can get kind of celebrated. So we have awards for Teacher of the Year, School of the Year, Young Writer of the Year is the one I'm most interested in, because these very, very young children will and young adults will write the most amazing Scots language content, and that's kind of reassuring because it shows that the Scots language is being continued in the generations. But I won Performer of the Year, which was nice. It was also terrifying because I was presenting the awards, so I was just anxious about that, you know. So I didn't have a speech or anything planned. I know that's cliche, but I genuinely didn't expect to win. So when I got my name called, I stood up on stage and just started crying because I was just like overwhelmed. So I was on stage being like, I'm so sorry, I haven't planned anything. So yeah, it was a really lovely night. But as I say, I was really nervous about presenting. I hadn't even considered the thought that I could win.
That's awesome, though. That is,
Yeah, that's a crazy award.
Congratulations on that. That is obviously something to be extremely proud of. Collin, have you ever won an award for anything?
Yes. I got Student of the Month a bunch of times in middle school.
See?
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so I got that.
I
think that's it, though.
Yeah, I don't have any awards. I don't have.
I've won awards at like work and stuff, but that's
work. Nobody cares about that.
They're awards then.
It's important. If you've won awards at work, you've won awards.
Yeah, but like we don't care about our work so much. Like we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this.
So
forever.
don't self-deprecate. You have won awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win awards at work, Tony?
No, because
you're just a terrible salesman then.
No, because like I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, I said I won an award. I won a 55-inch TV. Like they don't.
I'm sorry. I would much rather have a 55-inch TV than a little plaque saying, you know, Fanny of the Month.
See, says the person who has the award. I don't have anything on these walls. I got toys. That's all I got. I got toys.
I mean, I've won little trophies and things from like performance for poetry and stuff like that. But, you know, I would like to get ridiculously expensive gifts.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I had to work extremely hard to get those, and I had to cheat to win that contest. That wasn't.
I vaguely remember this contest.
I told you about that. Yeah. So
was it the costume contest?
No. So this was actually a few years ago. So, the costume contest was like a $20 gift card to like Target or something.
You won a costume contest? What was your costume?
I was a pirate.
Ah.
Yes, I brought a real sword to work. I think that's what did it.
And you said you haven't won anything. See?
Well, I bought that. That's the thing. Like, see, I never like earned. Like, see, if you win an award for your poetry,
earned an award.
There you go. So, like, see, like if you win an award for your poetry, you created something. It was beautiful, and you're getting respected.
Actually, the poetry awards that I won were for doing other people's work. It was at Burns competitions, so I just stood up and recited somebody else's genius.
Yeah, but your particular voice is what won it. See, there was another pirate at my dealership. She just dressed up as Johnny Depp. I was like, I was my own unique pirate. That's all it was. But it was a costume that I bought at a Renaissance fair with a sword that I bought. It was pretty much all bought. So I was like, oh, yeah, whatever.
You curated it though, and that's what counts.
What was that? Sorry, you broke up there.
Curated the costume.
True. I guess so. But it's like, it's the same thing. Like, 'cause I watch a lot of TikToks of people who are cosplayers, right? And you watch these cosplayers, and they create such beautiful pieces, like that complete, like the people who make like Iron Man costumes. And you see them put all the mechanics and stuff on there. And then if I meet a guy like that at like a Comic-Con, and he's like, "Oh no, I just ordered mine off of Etsy." See, I'm gonna respect the guy that built it like a little bit, just a little bit more. Like yeah, it's still cool because I still want it, but like he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that bitch. And like I respect that a lot. How do you feel about octopuses?
I'm conflicted because I understand they're highly intelligent creatures and they're underrated, but I just feel like we shouldn't be messing with them. You know, there's one that predicts like the World Cup like results and things like that.
Yep,
I don't think
I've seen that.
I think we should leave it alone because I can't swim. So if I'm anywhere near an octopus, it's either had something terrible happen to it or I have.
True. So you can't swim?
Much more deep answer than I expected.
I can't swim now.
Interesting. See, these are the reasons why I ask these random questions, because I learned a lot about a guest from a completely random and useless question. Because it makes no difference how you feel about an octopus.
I think it's important.
I mean,
on this hill.
I am a firm believer they are aliens. 100%
They're weird. They can fit anywhere.
They have beaks, which I don't think things that are underwater should have.
I think they have 3 hearts too, right?
I don't
Something weird.
think there's something that we should have ever come into contact with. I feel like we should have just respected that and left it. And I don't think the ocean is something that needs explored.
They're like evil starfish.
And they have suction
Yeah.
cups. Like, if you think about it, like, they're a weird creature.
Yeah, they're not cool. They're not cool.
Have you ever eaten octopus?
Yes. Calamari? No, that's
No,
squid.
calamari is squid. Octopus is delicious.
I have far too much respect for ocean creatures well, I eat fish, but I don't eat octopi.
Like I said, they say I have a very big respect for animals. Well, I eat them, but you know, I just not octopus.
Respectfully, do you know what I mean? Like, nothing's coming between me and my fish supper, but you know.
Okay.
What kind of fish do you guys eat out there?
All sorts of fish. We have salmon, we have cod, haddock, hake, pollock.
So I wonder, is your fish going to be different from ours? Because obviously we get ours, you know, from like Maine or from like Florida, the Gulf. Like, I wonder, does your fish taste any different coming from your waters that are probably a little less polluted than ours?
I think the only difference is your fish spells things with a Z and our fish spells things with an S, and your one doesn't use the U and our one does.
I'm so confused on what that.
Wait, what?
I am not in a sober state of mind to
Killed in
comprehend.
linguistics class. That would have killed. So your fish spell things with a Z, a Z. Our fish spell things with an S. Your fish don't use the U in color. Our fish do.
Oh, that makes sense. Collin, do you get it yet or no?
I'm still confused.
Okay. Even she's done with you, Collin. She's like, I can't.
I know.
All right. What was I gonna say? What would you say is the biggest culture difference you've seen between, because I mean, from Britain, Scotland, from just being overseas compared to America?
We are a lot more understated in our articulation of emotion. I feel like Americans are very, I'm American, I'm here, everything's great. You know, when they come to Scotland, whereas Scottish people are like, we're shit and we know we're shit. So stop trying to get us to stop calling ourselves shit. You know, I feel like self-deprecation is something that Scottish people do and Americans don't really get that we're joking.
Oh no, because we actually hate ourselves all the time.
So we're just being sarcastic and being like, yeah, I know I'm really stupid and that, and then Americans are like, oh my god, no, you're so intelligent, you're so smart, and I'm like,
you're just riffing. You're just getting a riff.
Taking the piss.
Just taking a piss.
I'm taking the piss. See, got it.
Nailed it.
But no, like, I mean, because like, I mean, we make so many dark jokes in America all the time where it's like,
oh yeah,
I mean, some that I definitely can't say on the podcast that I've heard out there, because I mean, it's terrible. We have so many shootings, so many just so much crap going on all the time. There's never a vacation over here in America.
Nope,
I feel like
something.
there's just always something bad happening. So it's like, yeah, we kind of just hate it. Like, I mean, we're in our 30s. I don't. How old are you, Lon?
23.
Oh, God bless her. Give anything to be 23 again. I had working knees. I didn't have wrinkles in my eyes.
I don't have working knees, so.
Well, I have literally torn every major ligament in both of my knees, so that's why I say that. But yeah, no. Like, I feel like at 33, like, Collin, how many like end of the world things have we gone through
this month or just in our lifetime? It's been a lot.
Oh, it's been a lot. I think just the first 10 years of our life, you had Y2K, you had 9/11, you had freaking
swine flu, bird flu,
anthrax was another one.
Monkeypox, anthrax was another one.
Yep, that was another one. Ebola was huge for us.
We had that. We get E. coli every other month.
E. coli's all the time. See, I feel like Len, have you seen The Last of Us show with Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal? I feel
I
like
played
that.
the game.
Okay, you're a gamer.
Yeah.
Okay, that just opened up a whole new window of questions. I know we're getting over an hour on time, but you're gonna get an extra long episode.
I don't know if I call myself a gamer because I feel like you have to have a certain level of skill and
No.
ability to call yourself a gamer. But
No.
I really like video games. I like watching people play them as well.
No, I watch a lot of streamers who are not good at video games, so you don't have to
That's my
be.
whole shtick.
Yeah, you don't have to be good to be a gamer as long as you have a passion for gaming and you have fun with it. Like, yes, I'm like an over the top person kind of when it comes to gaming because I have the fancy PC, the fancy keyboard, and all these little gizmos and gadgets. But that's just because I'm a grown adult and I have adult money and I still think like a 10-year-old child. So it's a true statement. That's why my entire back of my wall here is all Harry Potter, which I'm very proud of. But yeah, no, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh,
You were saying that the America's like The Last of Us.
yes, that's pretty much what happened in The Last of Us is going to happen in America. I can guarantee it. If there's a zombie
Well,
apocalypse,
there is some fungus already out there.
they said that this shit could be true,
Yeah.
right? Ain't that
You
terrifying?
guys, have you guys not heard about that over there?
We wash our hands and try to wear masks as much as we can, and we are trying very hard to keep
Not
the levels
here.
of COVID down at the minute.
Not here.
So I feel like if COVID turned fungal, I think we'd be okay.
Actually,
Interesting. Well,
that's
no, it has. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's COVID, but it's some fungal disease that's growing inside
yeah. I
of
saw that.
people.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
It came
making
out right after Last of Us came out.
it's making people like poo themselves and vomit nonstop.
It's something. Yeah, it grows inside something, and it's a fungus that has evolved past its heat threshold.
Now, that's you brought up a good point about the whole COVID thing. Like, how different was it over in Scotland? Because I mean, I'm sure you've seen the 1,000,001 videos that have been on all over TikTok about people freaking out when COVID happened over here, like not being forced to wear a mask and wash their hands and all those kinds of things. Was that
We
kind of
had
similar there or
lockdowns.
no?
Yeah, we just had lockdowns. I mean, I was furloughed for like 6 months from my job. And we just sort of stayed inside. I stayed in my flat for like 9 months on my own.
Mhm.
I mean, everyone kind of tried their best, but their politicians didn't. They were having like parties and gatherings and stuff. So now people are really angry at them because they were doing that while instructing people to not, see their relatives who were dying in hospital and things like that. So there's a lot of hypocrisy, but also I think we tried our best, and we're still seeing the kind of cultural hangover from that at the minute because we did this thing every Thursday where we go out and clap the healthcare workers. Well, I didn't, but a lot of people did, and now they're like striking because they're like, we can't eat claps, like we
We
can't
need
like
money.
we need money. So we have in Scotland we avoided strikes by the nurses by just paying them more, but down in England they decided to engage with strikes, so they're doing a lot of strike action at the minute. We've had a lot of kind of strikes going on, so not quite as bad as France, but we're still kind of recovering from that economically.
Interesting. Yeah, we didn't handle COVID well here in America. We
No,
didn't
I
do.
saw.
Yeah, no, I think the whole
Everybody saw.
the whole world saw. Yeah, 2020 was not a good year
Mhm.
for America. We're gonna chalk that up as if we can get a mulligan, can we get a redo on that season? Great. I mean, we did get Tiger King, and Tiger King. If you want to
That's just the
understand him,
fun part of COVID.
like if you
I
want
watched
to,
Tiger King. Yeah, that was like right at the start of lockdown for us, so everybody was watching Tiger
the
King.
greatest thing that ever came out on television. It really was. If you could sum up American culture in one show, that was it. The amount
yeah.
of memes that came from that one show. When he said there, I will never financially recover from this. Felt it in my soul. That's every time I go to Target, I look at that total. I'm like, I will never financially recover from this. Next question here. What do we got? If you could pick one animal to talk to, which one would it be?
My dog, and I'd ask him why he keeps eating bamboo, even though it makes him vomit.
Your dog eats bamboo?
There's a bamboo plant out the back garden, right? So we'll let him out for a pee. He's supposed to just pee and come back, but he will run straight to the bamboo and start eating it. And I'm like, he thinks he's a panda. He's an absolute freak. I love him.
What kind of dog do you
But
have?
he's a rescue greyhound.
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy you said rescue too. all about the
Yeah, no,
rescue life.
he came pre-traumatized.
Yep, we had a dog that was used as a bait dog. That's Rosie. She was a bait dog. She's scared of everything still, but she's the most sarcastic dog you'll ever see in your life.
They just don't care. They
No,
just don't give us. I'll be like, Lux, come here, and I'll be like, okay.
and I'm seeing this more from rescue dogs than I am like because I have one rescue and one store bought dog, and the rescue dog is like you like, hey Rosie, come on, we're gonna go outside, and she'll look at you like, I'm not fucking moving, fuck you. And if I go Leo, we're going outside, and she's like, come on, let's go. I'm going with my dad. I'm gonna have a good time. And I've noticed that. I think it's the trauma. I think that the dog's like, I've seen some shit. You ain't telling me
Yeah,
nothing.
at this point, I'm like, he's retired. He's fine. He can do what he wants. He can sleep all day. He can have all the treats. Like, it's none of my business what he does.
Right? Like, and at that point, you're like, I can't yell at the dog. Like, it's been through some shit. So,
Yeah. He's got no issue yelling at me, though. He'll bark in my face, and I'm just like, can I help you?
Excuse you?
yeah. So, my dog, when I come home, she barks when I walk through the door. And I'll talk back to her. I'll be like, you really going to talk some shit? And she's like, boof. I'm like, you're going to talk some shit? Boof. You really going to be a little bitch like that? And then we go back and forth at it for like, it's like you're arguing with a teenage like child. If you could pick hot dog fingers or hot dog toes, which one would it be?
Can I eat them?
Nope. Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that.
Toes, I think, because I like how dexterous I am.
So you're gonna get the extra long shoes.
I mean, I'm size 3, so if they were, I could quite comfortably have hot dog toes and have a normal sized foot.
You have a small foot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to. I'm looking at. So I don't like you. What are because you go by UK sizes, right?
Hang on, right. So UK size 3. UK size 3 shoe in US.
It looks like it's the same.
Okay. So it's a 5.5.
That's a small shoe.
It's a small ass shoe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like the same size Collin wears.
I have bigger feet than you do, I think.
No, you got baby feet. We know you got baby feet.
I don't have baby feet.
Collin, you got baby feet.
I don't know why you've seen my feet. That's actually weird.
I don't. Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't think I've ever actually seen your feet because you've always been behind a. You've
One
always
thing
been
you can always
behind
say
a bar.
about someone.
Is it
Yeah.
is it a good thing to have big feet as a man?
I don't know.
It's. I mean,
Is
it's
that a
just,
thing? Is that really what the patriarchy is making you feel as if?
well,
you
no,
have big feet?
it's a stupid innuendo that's dating back to elementary school days, where if you have bigger feet, it means you have a bigger.
Bigger shoes.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
have big shoes, you have big socks.
Yeah, it's.
Everything's so phallocentric.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
What does phallocentric mean?
It means
Like-
everything revolves around
Dick size.
Dicks.
yeah,
Right.
dicks.
There you go. All right. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you realize you can say whatever you want on our show. It doesn't.
Well, it's fascinating from a kind of sociological perspective.
Oh,
things
absolutely,
that men
absolutely.
find things that men will think. I mean, if I saw a guy with small feet, I'd be like, excellent. I don't have to trip over your massive fucking shoes.
Sweet. We could wear the same shoes. Save
Yeah.
more.
Like, see, like as an adult now, if somebody tells me like, yeah, I'm a size 14, I'm like, God damn, you gotta be spending fucking a fortune on shoes. That's the way I think.
Yeah, I can buy like kids' shoes.
You know, my
Actually,
wife.
That's dope.
See, my wife does that too. She buys like the kids' Jordans, and like this is
Half the
bullshit.
price.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm spending $300-$400 on a pair of shoes. She's paying like $80.
$300 on a pair of shoes.
Yeah. Nope. Not doing it.
What are you buying your shoes?
Well, I mean, they're like collectors. I usually don't actually wear them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size they are if you're not even going to wear them.
Well, like I wear them once in a blue moon, but like they are collectors. So like for example, I have one pair of shoes actually right next to me over here. They're
That's
special.
weird. I don't understand.
They're special Wu-Tang shoes. So Wu-Tang only came out with one pair of shoe with Nike. So that one pair of shoe, even though it's used, is worth $400. So like,
Someone's going to buy your shoes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing in America. We hustle shoes
That they don't wear.
that we don't wear. Yeah.
That fall apart if you don't wear them.
Yes. These are all true statements. I've actually gotten on the train of buying fake shoes because I started realizing how stupid it is to spend money on shoes like that. Like I have a pair of $600 Yeezys. I don't wear them because they're
They're
uncomfortable.
not worth that anymore.
No. But I
$6.
like I have
Someone will pay it.
but I got a pair of like fake Jordans that, they retail for $500, and like I
I
wear
think that's
those.
ridiculous.
But when I won that Scots Language Award, I picked up the award in a $5 dress and $3 shoes that I got from a thrift store.
That's how I do things.
I mean, most of my clothes
Just-
comes from Marshalls, so I mean, like,
Marshall's got the heat.
yeah, like you can get name brand stuff for cheap. That's the best part about Marshalls.
Yeah, it's just
Or
2 years late.
Somebody's buying your Fusty shoes. Like, what is the appeal?
so it's like the same thing. Like, so like obviously I have a lot of toys, right? Some of these toys, there's not a whole lot of them made, so like they maybe only made like 500 of them total. So if you get your hands on one, you now have one of only 500, which therefore increases the value because they can't supply the demand that's out there. So there'll be like, like for example, I don't know, I have a special edition Stranger Things Funko Pop. Did you watch Stranger Things by any chance?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So yeah, I got Eddie holding his guitar.
Oh yeah.
Right? When it first sold online, it sold for, you can get it for retail for $12, and trying to resell it, you could sell it for 150. It's now valued at like $200. So I spent $12 on it, and I can sell it for 200 because they didn't make a lot of them at the time.
And will you sell it?
Probably not for a while, no.
Okay.
Like so for example, I have a Spider-Man action figure from 1996 that's never been opened, and it just sits on a wall.
Older than me.
Yes. It's not worth a whole lot right now, but maybe in 10, 15 years
Neither
it might
am
be.
I.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, our value is not much here. I
Mm.
promise you. We are found in the clearance section, Five Below. You could find us. Actually, you know what? Have you ever
Five
been
Below's
to?
a little bougie.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Waffle House?
We walked past the Waffle House. We went to IHOP instead.
I am
Perhaps,
offended.
don't you say that?
No.
We split dinner at the IHOP because it was
Oh, wait,
so
you got
expensive.
dinner at IHOP? What'd you get?
Well, he got like a chicken thing, and I got the sides that came with it, but I didn't realize that the sides were literally like 2 bits of macaroni and 3 chips. So I was kind of hungry that night.
That's what you should have
I
went to
don't think I've
Waffle
ever
House.
eaten dinner at an IHOP.
I'm telling you, you should have
Well,
went to Waffle
it was
House.
right next to our hotel because we were so tired. We rented a car and we're going down the highways, and like he's just texted me saying, I'm asking him questions about the IHOP, and he said I didn't go hungry that night, and I'm like, yes, I did. I was starving. I went back to the hotel room and ate applesauce out of a jar. Applesauce is the best.
Do you guys not have that out there?
Oh my god, we do not, and I was not prepared. And we were like in the Whole Foods, and I was like, oh, I want to try applesauce because it reminds me of like little tinned apples you see as a kid. Fucking incredible. If I had to say 2 things I like about America, it's your lemonade and your applesauce. Stunning.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize
Yeah.
applesauce was like it was kind of an American thing.
Yeah,
Insanely.
me neither.
You have cinnamon applesauce as well.
Oh, it's the greatest. Cinnamon apples.
Amazing.
Cinnamon apple is just the greatest combination ever. I think
I'm
that's the
massive
one thing
fan
I'd
of-
say we
massive
have.
fan of
I have to say we own in America is pies. No country can touch us on pies. We got the best
apples. We
pies.
touch on pies.
Yeah, I
No,
feel like we
from-
suck with pies.
No,
We
from
do
our,
macaroni pies.
that's weird
That
to me. I'm
sounds-
talking
No,
about
that
like
sounds good as shit.
no, I'm talking about the apple pies, the cherry pies,
Sweet
Boston cream
I
pies.
have them.
Yeah, but
You
we
guys do
own
like
that.
meat pies?
Meat pies, yeah. See, if
Like
you said
mince
pie,
meat and stuff?
if you said pie to me, I would think savory meat, Cumberland pie, fish pie, cottage pie, shepherd's pie. That's what I'm thinking when you say pie. Steak and kidney, mince pie, like
Say
savory
steak
mince,
and
not like
kidney.
Christmas. Yeah,
Wait, kidney?
sweet pie to me is something that you'd have to specify. You'd have to say it's a fruit pie or like a sweet dessert pie. I don't go for that shit. But when it comes to pie,
She said that with vigor. I don't fuck with that shit.
when it comes to pies, we've got the best pies.
See, I'm,
Macaroni pies are the best pies. Well,
See,
not the best pies, but
see, we're American, so pies. So we resonate with only sweets all the time.
Yeah.
The amount of sugar I intake daily is absolutely disgusting.
I don't have a sweet tooth, so that's not appealing to me.
I feel like a lot of people who live overseas are not big on
They're
sweets.
not as like, well, because we grew up on processed sugar and shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the cereals,
And
we
that
used to
shit's
eat.
addictive.
The cereals we used
Yeah.
to eat, dude. Oh my god, Trix and like Cocoa Puffs and Count
Yeah.
Chocula, Lucky
I crack for
Charms.
kids.
I would just eat that shit all day long.
All just sugar. Pop Tarts. Dunkin'
Pop-Tarts.
toaster strudels.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
The
really
cinnamon
hungry.
apple Pop-Tarts were actually one of my favorite ones.
I hated those.
I like, what are they called? Cookie Crisp? Cookie Crisp, you have them?
Yeah,
The
Cookie
one with the
Crisp. Yeah.
dog, and used to have a robber.
Is that a dog?
It was
Yes.
a dog, yeah.
I thought it was a wolf.
I think it's a wolf now, but it used to be a little dog in a robber costume.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Mandela
sure.
effect? Like, I swear
Mhm.
to God it was a wolf.
Yeah, no, it used to be a fat little dog. Now it's a wolf.
I used to like the golden nuggets.
Pops?
Like, there was a wee guy with like mining the golden nuggets.
Oh, I don't
Lucky
remember that
Charms?
one.
No.
Gold nuggets.
But then also I liked what they called cinnamon. They used to be called cinnamon grahams, but now they're called curiously cinnamon, which is shit.
Never heard of that one.
For the Golden Grams.
Golden
were
grahams.
good.
Oh,
Golden Grams were good. Remember Waffle Crisp?
We don't have them.
Waffle Crisp was the shit. I think it's still around.
French Toast Crunch was the best of all time.
You know, I
French
used to think that was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch sounds a lot like what we would call cinnamon grahams.
That's probably the same. They're like little squares, and they got ridges on them. Yep. Yeah, I forgot French Toast Crunch was a completely separate thing, and it's just little tiny pieces of French toast.
So literally in my trash can, I finished my Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes, that's cinnamon. So they were originally called cinnamon grahams, but now they're called curiously cinnamon, which is
Interesting.
shit.
Cookie Crisper also, it was not a dog. It's always been a wolf.
Tell you,
No, it was a dog.
I tell you, it was a wolf.
Oh no, it was a dog. There it is.
See?
What?
Thank you. Back in the early 90s, probably up to like 2000s, it was a little fat dog in a robber costume.
No,
And him and his little robber.
He has oven.
Yeah.
He has oven mittens on. That's what I'm seeing.
No, he used to have a little robber buddy, and they used to steal all the cookies.
I'm
not crazy.
I'm not seeing
This
that.
happened.
I wasn't alive for that, so
This was not a fever dream.
This is a Mandela effect because all I'm seeing is a dog holding his. Oh wait,
No
hold on. No,
way.
nope. I
He's
found
the
it.
little robber man.
I found it. I found it right here.
Right. You
See,
should
yes.
feel vindicated.
Yes, I
Boom.
found it. Wow, you're
Look, man, I know my processed sugars.
You ate Play-Doh as a child. I will never
Whatever,
trust
man.
you about.
That's fine. Homemade Play-Doh. He's going out of context.
Oh, salt dough. I ever ate that.
Salt. See, it's a thing, right? Salt dough.
I don't think they should flavor Play-Doh that way because you're gonna eat it.
Yeah, and I did.
How was it?
It was all right. It was salty,
I mean,
like really good, but it wasn't terrible. It was like not so soft mashed potatoes, just really salty.
She's giving you the weirdest. See, I told him it's a weird
That
thing.
one gets everybody.
It's a weird thing that and I'll never. Every episode, I'm gonna remind people that
Sorry, so
Collin
out of
ate
context,
Play-Doh.
I wasn't like eating bowls of Play-Doh. All right, we made Play-Doh one time, and I like have to eat some of it. Yeah,
you sampled it. That's
yeah,
natural.
you gotta. Tony makes people think I eat Play-Doh meals.
You do. You eat Play-Doh, and it's weird.
I
Collin.
don't.
All right, Collin, you have a couple questions here that you did not ask. I need you to.
My
fill
crazy
those.
ones.
Well, we gotta ask the one that we ask every single guest.
Yeah. All right, if you could change one law to make you exempt from a crime, what would it be?
Is any law?
Any law, anything you want.
I would make it so that I could perpetually be in charge of a country.
Interesting. That's a good
And
one.
I would be in charge of Scotland specifically because I don't really give a shit about the rest of the world. They can handle their own stuff. But I would make it
Fair.
the most socialist, inclusive country that you've ever seen. And nobody could evict me because it would be illegal to get me out because I would be sorry, hang on, I've just invented dictatorship.
I was like, wait, this sounds dangerously close to.
I feel like
I
this
would
has
be
been done
dictatorship
before.
As long as I was the dick.
All
Fair.
right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So the biggest question we have, and this gets asked, this
Good
was
answer.
actually one of our number one viewed things that we had on TikTok, and you get to be part of it too. Collin,
Super viral moment.
Collin asked
This
this
is a
last.
good one. Yeah.
If you
If
had,
you had to give up,
oh yeah,
are you gonna ask it?
you
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 could
asked
ask it
you
if
asked
you
the
want,
last
man.
time. I wanna
You
ask
love
this
this
one.
question so much.
It's so great. It's
You
a
could
good
go
one.
ahead. You can do it.
Okay. If you had to give up brushing your teeth or wiping your butt, which one would it be?
That's the same reaction everybody gives too.
It's a great question.
Can I still like shower?
Yeah.
Well, then I'd just install a shower, like a bidet. I'd have like a bidet, like
See,
bidet.
you know.
Yep,
That's what everybody says.
That's
But
the
then
loophole.
also, there's like foods and things that you can eat that will naturally. Can I get veneers? Can I get dentures?
Ooh, that's a good one
That's a good
too.
point. Nobody's brought that up.
Wow. See, these are fake. Or these not fake. These are the loopholes that we didn't think about.
There's a lot of loopholes to this question, I've realized.
We're gonna have to tighten this one up.
So you could get veneers technically.
Close up the poop hole loophole, and you're also going to have to close up the toothbrushing thing because there's so many ways around it.
Did you say the poop? Did you just say the poop hole loophole?
If you're not wiping your arse, yeah, you're going to have to tighten that up.
I love it.
Old loophole.
All right. I think we're gonna have to call it there. Thank you so much, Len, for coming on our show, being a guest, and having fun with us. One thing we're gonna start doing here, because I didn't ask you this before, are you friends with any other TikTokers that have decent followings, or any other Because I mean, I would say you went pretty viral because that one video had over 1 million views, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say you're pretty viral. Are you friends with any other viral people?
No, I mean, I'm mutuals with a lot of like really, really insanely like popular people, but I don't think they'd consider me a friend. I think I'm just a sort of hanger on that they allow to be in their circle.
Okay. Because what I was trying to do is I want to make our show essentially a challenge. Can you get through the weird questions that we have here? And I want to know who would you challenge to be on our show that's on TikTok? Because I want to let the people know too who are listening out, on the Spotify's and YouTubes out there. What we're trying to do is we're trying to build our brand, our podcast, our TikTok, our channel, whatever the hell you want to call it, to a point where we can bring on smaller people and give them limelight, give like small bands, small content creators, small podcasts, give them a platform so we can spread your voice, your videos, your whatever the hell it is you want, and give people a chance. But we got to have the chance first. So that's why I'm like, let's try to get other people on this show, because trying to book interviews is a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that.
I mean, my boyfriend's in a band.
What band is he in?
He's in a it's quite heavy. It's like
oh, this is right up Collins Avenue.
Yeah.
I think we call it psychedelic punk.
Sounds interesting.
Like, I'm so
garage
for
rock. It's sick. They're my favorite band, and I'm just saying that because I'm madly in love with one of the members. But they're called TV Death, and they're really they've got like EPs and stuff out, and they play lots of gigs in Newcastle in England. So
I found them right on Spotify, and they're getting a follow from me.
They're insanely good. Like the production value massively outweighs like the stage they're at. So yeah, I would definitely, if you want to get someone on, get the boys on. I think that would be hilarious.
Perfect. So you talk to your boyfriend about getting on our show, and we'll ask him weird questions.
Yes, please do.
I might ask him what are his thoughts on penguins. That's the next one.
I don't even know that. So you'd be like digging for information.
Oh no, we're gonna get information out. This is how it happens. This is because it catches you off guard with these weird questions, and then truth comes out, and that's how we do it.
Trying to get people slipping up
all the time. All right, well, Len, thank you so much for coming on the show again. We truly appreciate it. Plug all your handles in here at the end. Let everyone know where to find you.
So I am on Twitter at Lennysaurus. I am on TikTok at Miss PunnyPennie. I've just got Instagram. Somehow I am at Miss PunnyPennie there as well. So yeah, if you want to find me, please do. Online, not in real life.
Yes, because that would be really, really weird if you found her in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that. We
don't do that.
We frowned upon that. That's today's public service announcement. Don't find our guest.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
But guys, go drop a follow at her on her pages. Go listen to her. She teaches. I've learned a number of things. I didn't retain any of the information, but at the time I did learn it. Because
I feel like I learned a lot.
My short-term memory is terrible, but some of this stuff will stick. I promise. If we ever find ourselves in Scotland, we are going to hit you up, and we're going to do an in live person one at some point in time. My wife wants to go because she has heritage in Scotland, so we're gonna be going there at some point in time because I don't really have a say in those matters, you know. But yeah, so thank you again for coming on the show, guys. I appreciate anybody who listened to the whole show and stuck around. Drop a follow to her. I'm gonna begin my saying goodbyes, Collin. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna tell me now. And not yell
I
at
have
me
to
like you always
prompt you.
do?
I have to prompt you now because I'm tired of
Dude, I
yelling
need
at
like
you.
a teleprompter. You can just buy when you're rich.
I'm not rich. I'm far from rich. I work at a
Pennie,
mediocre.
thank you so much.
I work at a mediocre dealership. I'm far from rich. Say goodbye, Collin.
Oh yeah. Goodbye, Pennie. Thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you for having me.
very interesting.
All right. I'm Zaga. I'm out. Collin, say goodbye.
Your name's Tony. Peace out, peeps.
God damn it. Say goodbye, Lenny.
Bye.